Dip wolfish.
Is that what Pet are called, kittens? So we wouldn't tell.
No, where are the mendips?
Is it between your bum and your testicle?
No.
This is Gloucester area.
A little bit further, so yes, Somerset.
Somerset.
Like the Quantocks, the Mendip Hills.
I know where my Quantocks are.
Yes, I know, they all sound rude, don't they? The Trossachs.
Yeah.
But this was served at the Miners' Arms in Priddy in Somerset, and they served it as Mendip wallfish because, like frog's legs, it's one of those things that British people tend to go, yes.
Snails.
Snails is the right answer. Somerset snails, and unlike the French way of serving them, which is with garlic and butter, exactly, but it's pretty similar, except it's with cider, herbs and seasoning. That's the...
It's almost like moule.
Somerset. They're a bit like moule, yeah. And it's a Mendip wallfish.
Rocky Mountain oysters, I think, testicles.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Bull's testicles can be...
They're also called
prairie oysters.
Yeah.
Also called prairie oysters, completely right. In fact, there are lots of names for them, some of which are quite amusing.
Ball sack.
How did you get that photo?
They're pretty good, aren't they? Called cowboy caviar.
Oh, God.
Montana tender groins.
I had that once.
Dusted nuts. Bull fries.
Dusted nuts is quite on the nose, isn't it?
Plate of knackers.
Bull's bollocks.
Yeah.
Bull fries.
Cream of bollocks.
They're also called swinging beef. Which is a good title.
Swinging beef is what I'm calling my autobiography.
Yeah. Or they're sometimes called criadillas or huevos de toro, which is...
Huevos de toro.
Huevos de toro is bull's eggs. Yeah. What are they called in English?
Plums on a plate.
Sweet breads.
Sweet bread. No, that's the thymus gland, isn't it?
Very right.
Pancreas.
Spot on. The pancreas or the
so-
thymus gland is sweet breads. The testicles are sweet meats. Very good. We found our way through those unusual foods. Now, I'll put the blackboard away, and it's time to ask you this. What is cannon hopning? Cannon is, I think, maybe related to the English word coney. Does that help?
Rabbit, like a...
Rabbit.
OK.
So rabbit hopning.
So hopping like a bunny. Bunny
Hopping
hopping.
like a bunny, but it's a sport.
Rabbit.
Oh, for sure it is.
Show jumping.
Show jumping for rabbits is the right answer. Sure. It's not that big a sport in Britain, but in Denmark and the Scandinavian countries, they take it pretty seriously, and they have world records, and they have championships, and...
Who's winning? Who's the current world champion?
Well, I can tell you the world record holder for the long jump is Jabu, who's Danish, 3 metres.
With Flopsy, a close second.
Thyssen has the high jump record at 99.5 centimetres. They haven't yet broken the metre on the high jump. But there are nearly 1,000 rabbit show jumpers in Sweden alone, and the sport is also practiced in the UK, Denmark and the US. And Lisbeth Janssen has written 2 books about the sport.
Do they dope test them afterwards?
She does say that the sport will allow a rabbit to live twice as long, up to 10 or 12 years, as compared to the average 5 years that one in a hutch will live.
Yeah. So it's very important to take care of your
And
rabbit
we have
properly as
some-
well. You've got to bathe them in hot water with potatoes and onions.
Let's have some footage of some working...
large
show
footage.
jumping. Here they go.
Sure, OK.
Oh, cute! Oh, cute! Oh, I can't bear it.
That's a big one. Oh! Oh, he's going to refuse. No, he's up. Oh!
Just shut it.
Over he goes.
Oh, is that
And a
enough?
final little one. Bravo! Well, as you could see, they weren't being led. The human is not allowed to get ahead of the rabbit, or that's a forfeit. So the rabbit has to lead the human, if you've noticed in that footage. The human was just behind. So, solve this one for me, will you, please? I'm going to give you all muddled up.
Doom.
Can you do these?
Smacks of
there we go.
bullying at school.
Bullying.
Yeah, anyone who couldn't do this got bullied.
How many combinations do you think there are?
I think there's...
Too many for my small brain.
It's actually
1,000.
43.25 quintillion.
Shall I tell you how we did it in Croydon? We just picked them off.
There you go.
Way! Jimmy's done it. Alan, you're so close. Oh, you almost had it.
No, I've
Messed it up.
Just start picking them off.
Do you know what's completely tragic? We told Jimmy and Alan how to do it with the 6 moves, and Jimmy remembered, but Alan unfortunately... Oh, he's done it! Have you? Any of that, Reginald?
Well, I didn't receive that
You didn't
instruction.
get it? It was unfair on you two.
Quite a lot of fun.
It is fun, isn't it?
It just brought back a lot of bad school memories.
I mean, as I say, it is a staggering number. It is more possible combinations than light travels inches in a century.
God.
There's the number up on the screen. It is such a huge number. It's inconceivably vast. But you can make it impossible. Do you know how to do that?
Take the stickers off?
Just, well, yeah, you should replace the stickers one with the other and so that it's actually never doable, which would drive people insane. But there are these.
Also, the other way you can make it impossible is to break someone's fingers.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, they'll come after you and shove a bone in your face.
There's the 4x4, and you can imagine how many combinations there are of that. It's even more gigantic.
Probably 8 or 9, I imagine.
In 2010, which is quite a long time after the Rubik's Cube became popular, science and computing finally came up with the minimum number of moves from any combination that it takes to solve the cube. Can you imagine how many that might be?
I bet it's
19.
12.
It's 20. It's called God's number, and it's just extraordinary.
Take it
Well,
away
you say
now.
you were obsessed when you were a child. Under pressure, can we see if you can do it now?
Oh, gosh.
Come on, under
I could do the
pressure.
first 2 rows, but that's it. When I get
all
to
right.
the top,
That's pretty messed up.
Oh, God.
Okay, come on.
Oh, look.
Okay, you're on the clock.
We've all got a long time ahead of us. I've got to decide which colours I'm... OK, all right, so that's going to
We
be...
need, like, a backing track for this, really. This needs...
Let's get green and... Oh, stop it. Oh, stop! You're being so unkind.
And you're out of time. And I've
Stop
had a
it.
birthday.
Who goes
We
there?
could do one of those fade out,
Who
fade in.
goes there?
Let's get some beers.
Yeah,
Can we get some
sometime
beers?
later.
Stop it. Right, so I've got all the middle ones here. Now we do the corners.
Well, kick back, go to the bar, come back in a couple of hours.
That's it. So we've got those 4 there and those 2 middle ones. And
You
now
should
I've
be
got
able to do it within 20 moves,
Oh,
Stephen.
yeah, I know that. But I can't.
The God's number, you know.
Yeah, don't be mean to me.
Takes an atheist a lot longer.
Yeah. Anyway, there's the first layer. Yeah, that's it. It gets tricky after that, but anyway. So, there's your Rubik's Cube. Now, what did the American Army do with 100,000 of these? Whoa, excuse me. Oh, there we go. You pass that on. That's yours there.
Oh, my God, are these the original?
Oh,
Like-
these are
Yeah.
fantastic.
Can you see what's inside
Oh,
them?
wow.
Yes, I'm afraid.
I was looking the wrong way, that's
What have you
fine.
got?
I've got
There's too many layers of glass separating me in this image.
What are you seeing, Jimmy?
hardcore pornography.
And you
I've got a target and a plane.
got planes. And you've got Reginald? Hello?
I see the future.
You see
What's happening in the future, Reg?
We're all on a plane.
You're right.
In
These are
Assassin's
American...
crosshairs.
Do you know what these devices are called?
Viewmaster.
Viewmaster is the right
It's written on it.
Oh. Why not bother? Oh, it's also written up there.
They're made in Portland, Oregon.
Yes, indeed. And they're a rather wonderful device. Invented in the 1930s. And you have a disc like this.
Mine
It's
are
a
really
perfectly
far-
simple disc. You can pull it out, pop it in, and you press a lever, and you get a 3D picture. And what you've got are the army versions that were used to help members of gunnery crews and various other things to recognise the outlines and shapes of either friendly or enemy aircraft. And that's what you'll see.
Thomas
Again,
the
it's
Tank
not-
Engine I've got.
We've given Alan Thomas the Tank Engine because we thought he'd be confused by the aeroplanes. So, what does your card actually say when you pull it out, Alan? What does it say on it?
Percy found himself under the coal chute. I don't like getting dirty.
Filth.
I'll say Helldiver, Vengeance, Dauntless, Texan. It gives all the details of the plane
Order,
in the
Avenger.
photograph. Yeah, so you...
See, I want to see
Baltimore.
Yeah, they're rather good. You
I've
have
looked
a
at
swap.
all the Thomas
So
ones.
sorry,
I'll
you
have
had
Thomas.
ones for goodies and ones for baddies then.
Oh, the Thomas is beautiful. It's so 3D.
I've got the original Nolan sisters here. I'm happy.
Whose side was Thomas on in the Second World War? I think you look a little bit like a Doctor Who baddie with these.
Anyway, they did have a serious purpose. In fact, they handed out How many of them?
12.
100,000.
So that was in the war, and then they went, well, afterwards, what should we do with them? It's often the way with military things. Whenever there's a war, you always get something out of it.
Like the bazooka.
The bazooka obviously has a use in everyday life as well, for cooking chicken.
And for playing Greek music.
Is it true? I mean, I went on holiday to Vietnam and I fired a machine gun. You can pay money for bullets and fire them. They've got old guns from the war.
Oh, really?
But someone told me that if they have a bazooka and you can fire it at a cow. Now, is that...
I have heard that.
Is there anything you've heard?
There's a very...
is it a myth, or people don't really do
there's
that?
certainly an eccentric man who has a large estate in Shropshire, and he has an old-fashioned Roman ballista, one of those sort of catapult things, and what he does for fun is catapult cows through the air. Dead cows. He doesn't do it with live cows.
Well, not at the end of it.
No. They do go a huge distance, and there is something highly comical about seeing a cow sailing through the air, going hundreds of yards through the air. But out of a bazooka, I imagine it's
underneath
a bit of a mess.
All the other cows are going, if we just wrap ourselves in bubble wrap 39 times, this won't happen.
We'll be fine, exactly. 6 million discs, you know, they use, the American Army, to hand out to their 100,000 people holding their...
So that was a military thing before it was a toy?
No, it was a toy first, but the American Army and Navy saw the value in it, for spotting and for making people...
Sounds like another defence contract to me.
Yes, exactly. Sorry?
The internet was originally a military...
Well, the sat-nav as well was a military thing.
Deal or no deal, that was a military thing.
It still is.
Absolutely right, yeah. Now, I'd like to take a picture as a memento of this lovely evening.
Great, as a fantastic weekend we spent. What?
That mohair look is working for you.
Yeah, it really is.
Softer knit,
Reggie
sexy.
takes Jimmy to Georgia.
That's so disturbing in so many ways.
Oh, don't you look lovely?
Yeah.
There we are. Now, what's the quickest way to develop it? What should I do to develop it?
Shake it, baby. Oh, the food.
The quickest way to develop it is to take it to Boots, the chemist.
No, it isn't.
It's actually quicker to do an oil painting of the thing.
It does take a bit of time. Let's have you two as well. It would be nice. Come on. Smile. Oh, that's so cute. Now, what they used to do, the old pros, when they took photographs in proper film, they used to do a little Polaroid first.
Oh, yeah, we'll do a Polaroid first.
And they used to put it under their arms.
Arse cheeks, usually.
I'm sorry? Arse cheeks. Fair enough. We had different photographers.
I think, Conrad, it's sort of a slippery slope, though, because photography used to be...
Go on.
It used to be you went away on holiday and you took photos and then you got back.
But don't shake it.
And you went to the chemist and you put them in, and then it took a week.
I want to see that shot.
I didn't realise you were pulling that face, Red.
I didn't realise you was pulling your face.
But no, what I'm saying is you used to get photos from a holiday. The last 2 shots were always of the dog because you hadn't taken enough. And then you go to the chemist and then you'd remember the holiday. Now we reminisce instantly and it's kind of ruined it.
It's true.
You go, oh, look at us, we were so young 4 minutes ago.
And you go to one of those rock gigs where people perform, and everybody watches them through their cameras instead of watching the real people.
I like that, though. I like the fact that people... Like, when I do a stand-up show, someone will be taping it on their phone as if, like, now is not a good time for me. I'm going to take this and enjoy it later on in this supreme quality. You can't enjoy the moment.
Well, they used to get your pictures back and then have a sticker on them sometimes, didn't they?
Yes.
Saying, this picture is shit.
Well, this picture has been sent to the police. A copy of it. Well, can you tell me about who invented the Polaroid photograph? Do you remember his name?
Mr. Royd.
He had a brother named Himmel.
Was it Eastman or Kodak or...?
No, it wasn't Eastman or Kodak, no.
Fuji!
No, it wasn't. Land. His name was Land, was his name. And he made polarised sunglasses, and that's why he called it Polaroid.
There he is, Mr. Lamb.
I feel the need.
I feel the need for speed.
Oh, you can ride my tail any time.
Yeah. Then the Polaroid camera was launched in 1948 because company was already called Polaroid, he called it a Polaroid camera.
It used to be Polaroids were always a bit grimy, weren't they? That was
Yeah,
if you ever
because-
found a box of Polaroids in your parents' room, it was
Hello.
worth leaving those alone.
Hello.
That's a mental scarring right there. Hang on, what's that? There seems to... Oh, no.
Well, anyway, the point is, shaking a Polaroid had no effect on how quickly it developed. Now, here's a classic piece of kitsch. Why is every fourth monkey like a search engine?
Fourth monkey?
Fourth.
Three monkeys, I think you'll...
See,
That's the strange thing.
See no evil.
You can see no evil.
speak no evil.
Speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil,
There-
Google
Taste
no evil.
Well, Google is right, but
Smell
what's
no
Google's motto?
Feeling lucky?
How do you know you're just looking for
That's what it always says.
No, it is true, yeah. But as a corporation, they have this one that's been, mocked many times, but it is their sort of mission statement.
Isn't it? Don't be evil.
Don't do evil is their...
Don't
it's-
do evil.
Don't do evil is their motto. And there was a fourth...
Sorry, their motto is...
That's clutching
What?
its knuckles.
I know.
I think that's because
just
you just
been
heard about
gilded.
prairie oysters
Yeah.
and gone, hang on.
No, these are Cochin monkeys, and we know the three. The fourth was just considered, by the time it came to the West, a bit too rude. And it was do no evil, and it was expressed by covering its genitals.
How ironic, though, that the fourth monkey should do no evil and hold its knackers when Google is a search engine for the porn
Basically.
industry.
I know.
It's what- the most searched for thing on the internet.
It is true.
I gather.
But that
I didn't realise you could get other stuff on it until recently. I used to refer to the internet as the pornography. So I'd say, oh, I was on the pornography last night. Do you know you can book train tickets on it as well?
It's pornography and cats. If they ever find a video with a tabby banging a tortoiseshell, the internet will eat itself.
almost...
It's like finding out about the 13th apostle or something like that.
Exactly. And
Because the first three are basically don't grass anyone up.
yeah.
And then the fourth one is actually don't get
Don't
involved.
fuck about it.
And lastly, to wrap up our Kitsch Fest, here's some karaoke. What is the world's most dangerous song?
Is this the song that's playing most often during traffic accidents?
No, it's not that. This really is a karaoke issue. At least 6 people in the Philippines
Way.
have been murdered
My
for
Way.
singing My Way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry, murdered for singing
Yes.
their way. What, because they didn't do it right?
They haven't just...
But they did it their way.
My way.
They murdered My Way and were murdered as a result.
So they're singing the end, and now the end is nigh.
Yeah, exactly. At last I faced the final cut. Yeah. But in Thailand, the song to be wary of is even more dangerous. In 2008, a gunman shot dead 8 of his neighbours after becoming enraged at the noise from karaoke parties at which they sang this American song by a good old mountain boy from West Virginia, Take Me Home.
Oh, John Denver.
Yes, that's it. Take Me Home, Country Roads. Became the song that killed 8 people.
And thus they were taken home.
Yes, they were taken in, exactly. Most people credit the invention of karaoke to a Japanese fellow called Daisuke Inoue in 1971.
Oh, he's to blame.
Well, yes, but he didn't make any money out of it whatsoever. But he has patented a cockroach killer, which is specifically designed to kill cockroaches that live in karaoke machines.
And that's presumably by playing them Peter Andre.
Yes, presumably. Now, this would be very good. You'll get lots of points if you can guess what the prize was in 2010 for the Karaoke World Championships held in Moscow. The prize was 1 million something.
Karaoke machines.
No,
Rubles.
not rubles.
Prairie nuts.
Barrels of oil.
Yeah.
Prairie oysters, you were going to say.
Prairie oysters, yes.
Well, dumplings is the answer.
Oh, like
1
pierogi.
million dumplings. How do you take them home?
Now, they like dumplings a lot now, they do.
They do love their dumplings,
I
but
mean,
my-
they've got to be pretty Moorish before you get to 1 million.
it's a hell of a number, isn't it? I suppose he just shared it with everybody there. Well, you'd be excited to know that we come now to the scores and how fascinating they are. In first place, with a towering +9, is Jimmy Carr.
Oh, come on.
In second place, with a very impressive +6, is Alan Davis. In third place, with a highly respectable 0, is Reginald D. Hunter. And I'm afraid sweeping up the dead karaoke cockroaches tonight with -8 is Sue Perkins. thanks to Sue, Jimmy, Reginald and Alan, and good night.
The new series of QI continues on Friday at 10. Next tonight on BBC Two, we're off to the movies as the likes of Bill Bailey, Paul Whitehouse and even Ronnie Corbett discover a life of crime